Hi everybody. I want to welcome you to our Young Living Live workshop. This is very exciting also for me because it's the first time that I'm live on YouTube. So perhaps you could give me a feedback if you can listen to me, if the voice is good, if the sound is good, so that you can give me in the chat perhaps a thumb up, or that you can communicate with me. And yes, I want to welcome you here in our European Young Living community. And it would be great if you write into the comments where you're from, so that I can feel you also a little bit, because I cannot see you right for now. So I see Beatrice, I know you're from Switzerland. And hello, Sanne. Nice that you're here. Okay, I think there's Spain with us. Hello to Lithuania and Denmark. Oh, that is so good. Yeah. So I'm Karin. I'm from Germany, and I see here people from Spain and from Slovakia, from Germany. Also, greetings to Hamburg, from England. Oh, isn't that amazing? Really, really great. So a very warm welcome to you here now to this event that we have. And we will also have a little bit of a sneak peek of that well-being events that you also do the treatments. Okay. Hey, blessings also to the Netherlands, Romania, Luxembourg. Oh, so good. So welcome that you're all here, and also who look afterwards the recording. So I'm Karin. I'm since 11 years with Young Living, and yeah, I want to share a little bit about my story and how it became to the well-being events. And if you go to the prescription of this event, there you will find a link to a Canva presentation, because there I have some pictures for you, so that you can see a little bit and have a better imagination what I mean with the well-being events. So who wants from you also some a more simple way to share Young Living? And who wants more duplication also in the way how you share Young Living? Perhaps you can also write into the comments. And first of all, there are so many ways how you can become successful with Young Living. So it's important that you find your way, what fits for you. Perhaps the well-being events are an inspiration also for you. For me, it was also a way to come to that point, and I want to share the story with you. 24 years ago, I was the first time involved into a network marketing company. And I worked with that company for 7 years. Then the philosophy changed, and my husband and we were so impressed by the style of working in a network that we were actively looking for another company. And so we tried out in 12 years, 12 companies. And at the end, after this 12 years, we said, no, network marketing is nothing for us. We quit that. And then Young Living came in our life. And so we were not open for the business model. And we just said, okay, let's try the products just for our own. Perhaps this is also a story which is familiar for you, that some people say, no, I don't want to make the business. I just want to use it by myself. After 1 year, I have made the experience that the products from Young Living work different than the products from the other companies, because when I use the products, people smell it when I use the products. And so they said to me, oh, what are you using? You smell so good. Oh, this is nice. I also want to have it. And so after 1 year, I said to my husband, let's try to make the business also. And because of my learning from the 12 years before, I thought it was my belief system that in order to make a successful business, I have to drive in my car like crazy from meeting to meeting, and I have to make big presentations. So, and if you go into the presentation, into the link from the presentation, there you see some pictures on the second slide of a huge presentation we had in Munich with 300 people. And so, but the end of the day, it was that such kind of events are high in costs. And I was driving in a year for a part-time job, more or less. I had that days in Young Living, 60,000 kilometers a year. So I was a lot of time on the streets away from my family, and it was also in 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18, where we were not so familiar with Zoom. So we were more present outside in the area. At the end of the day, I was very exhausted. And it's really not so super sexy to others to duplicate this style, because others did also not say, yes, I also want to be 60,000 kilometers a year on the street. So in 2019, I had the strong feeling I had to change something. And I remembered that in 2016, I had an event where what was trying out something. It was an afternoon I did for women. It was like to celebrate the goddess in us. And the special thing about this was that it was very sensual. People were feeling it because in the presentations, because of my story that we had 12 companies in our background and had our experiences, I was shy to talk about the business opportunity. So I really became an expert in the products. I took a very deep dive into the products. And so people loved my presentations, but it also was not duplicable. So when I was not in that area, nothing happened because they were waiting till I'm back there again. So, and I thought we have to change something. It has to be so simple that everybody can do it. And what I also experienced is that with the normal presentations, people are already so overloaded with informations. And now we come also with all the theoretical stuff from the oils, and it does not sit in their brain. They listen to it, but after 2 days, they don't know what they have heard. And so I thought about what can we do that people have the experience and that I don't have to talk so much. So to make it totally different. And so I took those events from 2016, but I shaped it so that they were able to share them on a very easy way. And if you are on the link from the presentation, then you see some impressions, and people are very happy. We are laughing a lot. And I was then traveling in 2019 to all the places where I did the presentations, and I did there the well-being evenings. And so it works in every country, and also for men, for women, for mothers with teenage daughters, even so in elderly care homes. So I had so many places where I did this well-being events. So, and we have about 7 treatments we are doing, and we will do 3 of them this afternoon. But I also want to give you an insight. When you look at the photo on the presentation, what is duplicable? Because sometimes we think, oh, we want to make it very, very pretty, and then the towels have the same color than the clothes on the table. But this is something which is complicated. This will not be that way which is able to share, because people think, I have to make extra costs to be able to set it up like this. So what we do in this well-being events is everybody of the participants brings their own towel, their own bowl. So it looks very funny, it looks very colorful, but also that person who creates that evening does not have so much work for preparation. And this is also something which is very important, because we all do not have so much time. When you go to the next slide, then it's also what is more duplicable. Sometimes we think when we have a huge group, it's much more better, because then we reach to more people. But for that event, it's pretty good. Perhaps if you have one participant till 4 or 6, this is very convenient. If you have a bigger group, my biggest group were 40 people for a well-being evening, then you have to have a logistic that you have people who help you, because we need hot water for a steam bath and such treatments. And then it's a little bit more complicated. And it is more intense. People open up more if you have a smaller group. The next thing is that the greatest fear of people is to speak in front of other people. And if you have a situation on your living room or on your kitchen table, then the people are not that shy to open up and talk to others. So this is also a point where it is why it is duplicable. When you look on the next slide, then you see a table where there are a lot of oils on the table. The pictures on the left and on the right side would seem to look very similar. But the difference is that on the left side, there are a lot of products on the table. And this is also something which makes it hard to duplicate it. So what we just have our 7 products on the table, so that we do not overload the people also with, wow, how much did they invest in the oils? No, we keep it super simple. So, and those events also work online and offline. When the Corona time came, we switched over and we did online events. And also next week, on Tuesday, we will also have an online event. We will make it in German, but on these events, we don't talk so much, so you can participate if you want to come. Afterwards, I will share the link with you. So I think this is enough just for you to have a little bit of an idea. And now we want to go into our practice part, so that you also can experience what perhaps you have in here a little bit of cold water, and then we need the warm water. I have it here in that thermos bottle, and we bring the warm water in here. And now we make our lavender compress for the eyes. People love that so much, because we also live in times where our eyes are so exhausted. So, and we take 1 to 2 drops from the lavender. I take 2. And then we need a little towel, and we bring it in here into our bowl. And now we bring this on our eyes. And perhaps I really would love if you join us in that little treatment, so that you can make this experience also. And then we take a deep breath. We let go the tension and stress. And perhaps you feel the relaxation of your eyeballs, the muscles that can relax with the warmth of the towel. and you smell the oil of the lavender. Perhaps you see in front of your inner eye also the purple fields of France, of the Provence. And in this picture, I will leave you for a short time so that you just can cherish this moment. If the compress is turning cold, you could also refresh it, or you dip it again into the bowl. And what you can also do with it is that you bring this compress into your neck. This I like so much because also in the muscles here in our neck, we oftentimes have so much tension in there. And it's also a treatment for our eyes because the nerves and the muscles are also connected with our eyes. And the more relaxed our neck is, the better it is also for our eyes. So now I see from the question, yes, in the bottle there is hot water, so that we can make a warm compress, but that we don't burn our fingers. I always have a little bit of cold water in the bowl and bring the hot water in. So perhaps you joined that treatment, and what I'm always interested, and this is also a part in the well-being evenings that I always asked, and how is it for you? So, and I would be very happy if you would give me a feedback how this lavender compress is for you if you have joined the little treatment. So this is something with the lavender compress. Normally people are really impressed and they say, wow, that's so super easy. And they love to do it after work. They just make that compress. It is no very much effort you need to make that compress. You need a little bit of warm water, 1 or 2 drops of lavender oil, and then you can lay on the couch and people really can relax. I also ask before we start with the well-being evening, on a stress scala from 0 to 10, where would you think you are today, after your day, after your week? And a lot of people are on 8, 9, 10. And when I ask after 1.5 hours, after those 7 treatments, then the people say, well, now I have 3, now I have a 2. So in 1.5 hours, they really drive down. And so this is really impressive for the people. And the effect what I had is that this way, when the people can make their own experiences, when they can test the products, it's much more efficient than to talk 1.5 hours and make a normal presentation. This we do later when the people are a little bit more involved with the products. Okay, so Julia was writing, super relaxing for my eyes muscles. Yes, that is. Okay. You can also use frankincense or something else which is calming. Yeah. So the next treatment that we are doing, so another thing at those well-being events is that we use things that normally everybody has in his household, so that it's also easy to make. So now we make a peeling for our hands, and therefore we need some brown sugar. So you can also use whatever you have. You can also use coconut sugar. So I love to take sugar for that treatment. You also could take salt, but if you would take salt and you have perhaps little bounce from working in the kitchen and you would take salt, it would burn. So with sugar, it's not stressful for your fingers. So what we need now is a little bit of sugar. Then we take the V6 oil and we bring some V6 oil here into the sugar, and then we make some drops of citrus fresh inside. So we take about 4 drops of citrus fresh. So, and then we mix it. And then we take again the bowl. We dip in our fingers and we take a little bit of that mixture and we give it a hand peeling. So, and then you take your time. We are not in a rush. Take your time, and you go also in between the fingers. You go here also on the upper part of the hands. And you make the left hand and the right hand, and you give it a nice peeling. And when you have the feeling that the sugar is gone, you bring in your hands into the warm water. And then when you do that, please sense, how does your skin feel now? And how are the fingers? And perhaps you also joined this session, and perhaps you can also give a feedback how it is feeling on your fingers. How does it feel? How does it smell? And then I always say, so as your fingers feel, your whole body can feel when you do that, all over your body under the shower. So yeah, perhaps someone joined also this treatment, and then you could perhaps also write a feedback into the comments. This would be super great. Okay, so it's so interesting to see where you're all here with us. So many greetings, and thank you also that you joined this afternoon. I hope that it's also interesting for you. Well, what I found also out is, because we sent our children to a Montessori school, and there it's also that you learn with all your senses, because when you have experienced something, then you have it in your brain. When we just talk, it goes in and out. So it is not integrated. And with that event, where we have several treatments, the people integrate it and they feel it and they can experience it. So, and this is what it makes it so simple. And when I was in Valencia, when we had convention in Valencia, there were quite a lot of people coming to me, because we haven't seen for such a long time. And they said, well, thank you for the well-being events. People came from Switzerland, from Austria, from Germany. They have achieved ranks with that simple events. And they said they were so thankful for that idea, and that helped them to reach a next rank. For me, it was my tool to reach 2019 the platinum rank. So this was for me the game changer also. What I also did was that I was writing down the event, so to have a script. And with this script, we tried it out also with people who were very new, that they were able to read it and to make that well-being event. So because most of the time it's also that people say, I don't know so much, I don't know enough, I'm shy to share an idea with others. But if you have a script and people can read it, and for me, this was because there I was inspired by Vicky Opfer from the US. She also has scripts and people can read it. And for my ego, I said, well, I can talk on my own. It's not possible for me to read something. But if you do it and you go a little bit down from your ego, and this was the learning lecture for me, and you read it, then this makes it easy for others to duplicate it. So even also when I make a well-being evening, I also have my script next to me, and I also look on the script so that people can see that I also look on the paper, because this makes it duplicable. Even if I can talk everything out of my head, I look on the paper to make it easy for them, that they can also imagination, that they also can imagine that they can do that also. Okay. And yes, the script I have is in German. So another treatment what I want to do with you, perhaps you have cedarwood or frankincense, you can also use that. And we want to do another treatment for our eyes. And so it is a very relaxation treatment for our eyes, because we have so much light, so much information which are going into our eyes, and they are really, really overstressed. And so they sometimes need also a little break of all that light, of that artificial light. And you can do that with the palms of your hands. And so what we will do then is that we rub our hands very, very intense and bring it then on our eyes. But we first want to use the cedarwood oil and bring it here in the middle of our forehead. And we support with that also our pineal gland. And the pineal gland is also in our endocrinum system, a gland which is so much overstressed in our so-called civilized lifestyle, in our modern lifestyle. So it's good when we make a little treatment for it. So, and then we can also breathe the scent of the cedarwood. And now we rub very, very intense the palms of our hand, as if you want to make fire with your hands. And perhaps it can make it a little bit more. And now you bring your warm hands on your eyes so that nothing from the light can shine through. You bring your elbows on the table, and you can relax your shoulders. When you have heaviness on your shoulders, you lead it over the elbow in the table. You feel your feet, how you are grounded. You sense the smell of the cedarwood. And with each breath you take, you feel that you get more calm, that you get more relaxed. Perhaps in your imagination, you also see a cedarwood tree, and perhaps you want to rest on that tree. You want to sit under that tree, lean on that tree, and just rejuvenate a little bit. You can also thank your eyes for the great job they do every day for you. They are the connection to the world. And you give them a little break. And in this mood, I leave you a little bit in silence. So in order we do not have so much time this afternoon, I come back. If you come back, you can bring one hand from your face and then the other hand. You leave your eyes closed and then slowly, slowly you open the eyes and then you sense, how do you see the colors? How does it feel? How is your brain? How does your whole body feel? Perhaps you feel more calmness, more relaxation. Yeah, so I'm open to hear some feedback from you. So I'm very happy if you write again into the comments if you have joined that little treatment. What I also wanted to say is that on these events, the people normally, not after 1.5 hours, they are so relaxed that they just want to go to bed. So on this evening, I don't make a selling show. So people pay for that event, and we do a face mask, a steam bath, we do some treatments, a little facial yoga. So we have 7 treatments, what we are doing. So it's really like a spa, a luxury spa treatment that you have. And so it depends on in which area you are. So at about 15 to 25 euro, this is what people charge for those well-being events. And then it's fine because those who is holding the event is not sitting on the costs, and it feels also fine for the participants because it's balanced. But we ask if we can stay in touch with the people for the next day so that we can hear how did they sleep, how does the skin feel. And normally the next day you can collect the order or you invite them for the next event. And the next event, there we also have the duplication inside, because we ask, do you have perhaps a good friend who could join? Because on the next evening, we have also a partner treatment where we do a hand massage. Well, if you don't have one, you can also make it by your own, but it's much more relaxing if someone does the hand treatment massage on your hands. And on the third event, there it really would be good if you would have a partner, because there we do also neck and a head treatment. And so there it would be really good if you bring a friend or your partner with you. So, and this is a shortcut of the concept that I designed in 2019. And yeah, I hope that it was inspiring for you. And it was just 3 simple treatments from 7 we normally do. But now I look into the comments, and just if you have any questions, then you can also write in there, or you can find me on Facebook. So there we can also stay in touch if you have any questions. So I just wait a moment if a question is coming in. Otherwise, I would say thank you that you were joining this afternoon with our little Young Living talk. And I hope I could inspire you a little bit. And I send you many, many greetings from Germany. And perhaps next time we meet up on a convention or somewhere on a farm. So many, many greetings and goodbye.